Hello, I'm Howie Ross, Solution Engineering Director at Limelight Networks. Today, I'm going to show you how to build fast sites in less time by using an all-in-one AppOps platform to develop, deploy, and monitor your front end. The cloud has been the largest change in IT in the last decade, allowing small teams to quickly innovate without large infrastructure investments. This has driven customer experience to new heights that wouldn't have otherwise been possible. We now have a lot of tools at our disposal, with each cloud having thousands of tools, and most solutions requiring combinations of tools provided by the clouds and other add-on services. And yet, productivity, performance, and protection remain a challenge. And that's because assembling an application stack requires scarce skills and numerous tools. You need at least one tool from each of these categories, and selecting that tool and integrating it properly is a difficult task. And that's why websites and apps are still slow. Despite 25% of users being less likely to abandon the site that passes Google's Core Web Vital ranking metrics, 75% of sites fail those metrics. And I don't have to tell you that cybersecurity breaches are costly, but the pace of security breaches in the cloud is increasing year after year. But it turns out that 40% of breaches start with web applications and misconfigurations. And that's why teams are spending time on tool selection, performance improvement, and protection, and other non-functional requirements, or NFRs, which are must-haves that everyone expects, but actually don't make your product any more differentiated. And these NFRs are a lot of work to deliver. As shown in this McKinsey study, developer productivity is what separates fast-growing companies from slow-growing companies. So as a result, productivity is a huge priority for teams, but most teams don't have the solutions they need to ship fast. So this places a heavy burden on our developers, our technology builders, and operators. And this is why websites and apps are slow, cybersecurity breaches are costly, and our teams are overburdened and inefficient. That's why our developer teams need solutions rather than tools. We need integrated solutions that reduce devs' reliance on DevOps and lets everyone focus more so on differentiated work. When you use an integrated AppOps platform, you get better productivity and performance and protection with less effort at a lower cost. The future will be dominated by platforms like these rather than point solutions and tools. LAYERO is a headless front-end platform. LAYERO hosts and delivers headless front ends. It includes an integrated CDN or edge network and a serverless JavaScript platform. It's an all-in-one solution that enables teams to ship twice as fast, with full stack integration and support for the latest frameworks that allow sites to load practically instantly. On the LAYERO platform, dev teams release twice as often as the industry baseline, and the applications load with sub-second speeds. Let's go ahead and take a look at one of our sites.
As you can see, the pages load practically instantly, which reduces bounce rates and actually increases time on site, while providing an overall more enjoyable experience for your users.
And we have numerous fast sites like this on the platform. And as you can see, these aren't small sites, some having thousands or even hundreds of thousands of pages. And this performance improvement has driven business metric improvement as well, including increases in average order value, revenue, conversion rate, and search engine ranking. But equally important to performance improvement are productivity improvement and the features on the LAYERO platform that save developers time, including atomic deployments of your project code along with your edge configuration, branch preview that gives you a permanent preview URL for every pull request and feature branch, and actionable observability and debugging features that let you quickly find and fix issues with features like live logs with the request inspection. So let's go and take a look at some of these features. Getting started with the platform is as simple as choosing the framework you want to get started with. You can try out our example sites, which have been optimized for the platform, including enabling server-side rendering and prefetching. And once you've decided which framework you want to go with, you can easily click to deploy. You can also, of course, deploy an existing project via the command line as well. Once you have your project deployed, you can look at your dashboard or your overview screen, and right at your fingertips, see information that you would otherwise have to get from numerous sources. So here you can see we have information about our latest production deployment, Core Web Vitals performance information, traffic correlated with errors, cache hit rate, and our prefetching rate. And right here at our fingertips is our routes file that contains our edge configuration and caching configuration. And finally, we have our recent activity to keep us all on the same page about deployments and other actions being taken on the site. So as you can see, we have information that you would otherwise have to get from your version control system, like GitHub, your CI/CD system, like Jenkins, your application performance monitoring tool, and of course, your CDN as well. Drilling into one of our deployments, we can very easily see some useful information about it, including the GitHub commit that created it. We have its permanent URL, and we can also very easily download it or promote it to an environment or open it in a mobile browser for testing. We can see the output of static pre-rendering used to warm and pre-populate the cache. But the coolest feature on this page is live streaming logs, which will begin to populate momentarily, at which point we will see any output from the server-side rendering of this page, including any console or error log statements, and also the result of every server-side request that's made. So we can see the full request details and copy it as curl to try to reproduce it, and the full response details. So I use this feature on a daily basis for the numerous API integrations that are involved in headless website. So this is a really unique feature that you won't find on any other platform. Now that we've taken a look at some of the features that save devs time, I want to talk about the features that are used to make our sites fast. And those include dev tools and cockpits to give you visibility into your site's performance like you've never had before. Edge.js, which is the world's first JavaScript-based edge configuration that makes the edge a first-class citizen in your app. And finally, next-gen prefetching. That's going to reduce your effective network latency to 0. So on our test sites and our pre-production environments, you can use the LAYERO dev tools to see which requests are coming from our serverless tier, what's coming from the edge, and what's coming from the browser, and see the average time to first byte for those requests, and also see which requests are being prefetched. We can then drill into any request and see why it's not being cached and its additional edge caching configuration information, and then use that information to debug from there. This is our caching cockpit, where we can see our overall cache hit rate, which for this site happens to be 92% across all routes. We can also see our cache purge history and easily purge the cache via a web UI, CLI, or REST API. As you can see here, cache purge requests are flowing in every couple minutes through an API integration into this client's product information system. We can also very easily see the caching performance for all of our routes and easily drill into our routes that are in need of improvement. So now we've seen how we can get more insight into our caching performance. And then we can use Edge.js, which I call the secret weapon of the LayerZero platform, to completely control the edge in JavaScript directly in our code base. And then we can atomically deploy those edge logic changes with the rest of our headless front-end code. So no longer do we have to have two people from development and operations to deploy a simple front-end change with the edge configuration that we're looking for. Now, we've been talking a lot about improving our edge configuration and our cache rate, but really that's not the end goal. The end goal is an extremely fast site. And the way that we do that, in addition to through caching pages at the edge, is through prefetching. So while customers are browsing the site, we can prefetch the data that's needed to render all the pages that they're going to go to, including any references to images or even videos. We can get that all into the browser's cache, so that when a user taps and makes a selection, there's no network transfer, allowing the page to render instantly. If you'd like to get a free website audit from the LayerZero team, visit Limelight.com and click Request a Free Trial. And we'll do a performance audit of your site, including competitor scores and speeds and concrete steps to improve your score and help your site and team perform even better. Thanks so much.